Welcome to all. This is Saranya, lecturer, Department of Computer Science, Sita Lakshmi Ramaswamy College. Today we are going to learn about .NET Framework. Before that, we have to know about what is .NET and what is Framework. Here, what is .NET represents. NET stands for Network Enabled Technology and .NET refers to Object Oriented. So the complete means of .NET is called Object Oriented Implementation through Internet based application. What is framework? A framework is nothing but it is a software and it is a collection of many small technologies integrated together to develop applications that can be executed anywhere. What is .NET? .NET is a collection of languages and frameworks, and it is possible to develop console application, Windows application, web application, and mobile application. And it includes a large collection of libraries, and also it provides language interoperability across some programming languages. History of .NET Framework. The .NET Framework is a software framework developed by Microsoft. Microsoft started development of the .NET Framework in the late 90s. Originally, it's under the name of Next Generation Windows Servers. By the year 2002, the first beta version of .NET 1.0 were released. .NET Release Version History Table. This table was created only the .NET versions with IDE history. The first beta version 1.0 was created in the year 2002. Its main feature was Common Language Runtime and it supported object-oriented development. Throughout the year 2002 to 2012, the following versions were created. Introduction of .NET Framework. The .NET Framework is nothing but it is a new and revolutionary platform created by Microsoft for developing applications. It is a platform for application developers and it is a framework that supports multiple languages and cross-language integration. It has an integrated development environment and .NET Framework provides graphical user interface. Features of .NET Framework. The key features of .NET Frameworks are object-oriented programs support. .NET Framework is entirely based on object-oriented programming principles. Numerous programming language supports. .NET supports more than 60 programming languages. Interoperability. .NET applications can communication with existing component object models. Improved security. Each assembly contains built-in security information. Language integration. It supports cross-language inheritance and debugging. Simplified deployment. No need to register a .NET created components register. Efficient data access. It provides an efficient access to relational database using ADO.NET. Language independence. All of the language compiled to a common intermediate languages. How does .NET Framework works? .NET Framework based applications that are written in supportive languages like C#, F# or Visual Basic. Compiled code is stored in the form of an assembly file. When the .NET application runs, Common Language Runtime takes the assembly file and convert the common intermediate language into machine code with the help of just-in-time compiler. Now, this machine code can execute on the specific architecture of the computer it is running on. .NET Framework Architecture. The architecture of the .NET Framework is kind of program model for the .NET platform under which it offers a managed performance environment, development and deployment in the simplest way. Major components of the .NET Framework. The major component of the .NET Frameworks are Common Language Runtime. base class library, framework class library, common type system, common language specification. Common language runtime. This is one of the most important component of the .NET framework, and it provides runtime environment called common language runtime, and it provides an environment to run all the .NET programs. The code which runs under the common language runtime is called as managed code. It provides automatic memory management and thread management. Base class library. The base class library has a huge collection of libraries, features and functions that are helpful in implementing various programming languages such as C#, F#, Visual, C++. So without base class library, we can't write any code in .NET. So base class library is also known as building block of the .NET programs. The base class library is a predefined library. It is also called as common base class library. Framework class library. It is a collection of thousands of classes, interfaces, namespaces, and value types that are used for .NET applications to build an application. It is basically a standard library, and it is a key component of the .NET framework that provides core functionalities of .NET. Common type system. The common type system defines a set of types and rules that are common to all languages targeted at common language runtime. The common type system ensures that objects of the program that are written in different programming languages can communicate with each other to share data. Common language specification. It is a subset of common type system, and it defines a set of rules and restrictions that every languages must follow which runs under the .NET framework. The language which follow the set of rules are said to be common language specification. In simple word, common language specification enables cross-language integration or interoperability. Technologies supported by the .NET framework are as follows: Active Server Page.NET, Active Data Object.NET, Windows Communication Foundation, Windows Presentation Foundation, Windows Workflow Foundation, Asynchronous JavaScript and XML, Language Integrated Query. These are the technologies supported by the .NET framework. Advantages of .NET Framework. It is a cross-platform development, and it has rich resource and libraries. It provides high security and reliability. It access to skilled developers, and it is a cost-effective. It is flexible deployment and easy to maintain. Thank you.